So I want to welcome back my good friend Zen DeBrucke for part 4 in her series of The Art of Quantum Miracles. Hi, Zen.
Hi, thank you. This has been so much fun.
I always love talking to you. I mean, I just have the best feeling. I get so energized, and it's a lot of fun for our listeners as well. We've gotten a lot of feedback already for the first 3 parts, so I can't wait to talk to you today in part 4.
Okay. Yay! So today we're going to talk about why do we have the law of attraction at all? Like, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever really thought about it, but, you know, there's always a reason for things, especially when you go out into nature and you look around. It's like it's so complementary how everything fits together. So the law of attraction, my understanding, is that when we come here, we have a plan. We have we want to have a mission we want to accomplish on the planet. And when we come, we get this, it's like a digital blueprint, a spiritual blueprint, and we try to follow it. Except what happens is between the ages of 0 and 7, all this software programming begins to happen over the top of it. That becomes our personality. That becomes who we believe we are. And the law of attraction is bringing to us the vibrational matrix or makeup of our soul, so that we can actually see in the world around us like a mirror who we are, what we're creating, what we're made of. So if you're walking around and you're coming across a bunch of people who are angry all the time, then there's a level of anger that needs to be looked at. But it could be as simple as, I have a beautiful story of a woman who we were working and coaching, and she and her husband were having a constant fight around dinner. He was not coming home for dinner, and she was making these beautiful dinners for him and her son, and he wasn't coming, and they would fight and fight and fight, and he would just never change it. And she said, I want to manifest something different there. And I said, well, then you have to look at why you're attracting this. What part of you? And what happens is when I call this polishing your mirror, polishing the mirror around you. I say, what happens is if you're getting it, that means you're either doing it to yourself, whatever you're witnessing or viewing, or you're doing it to someone else. Immediately she's like, I never do that. I'm never that disrespectful. I am always taking care of other people. That's who I am. And I said, okay. I said, well, let's just give it this week. I want you to just pay attention and look around. First, write out everything that you don't like about your husband and why and how it makes you feel. It doesn't have to be long, because what will happen is you will hear that either from someone else or you'll hear it in your head about yourself. And she goes, okay. So she calls me up 3 days later, not even a week. And she says, she's in tears. And she's like, oh my God, you won't believe this. I found it. And I said, really, where? She goes, I do it to my son. He's in the 5th grade, and every single day he asks me to come to the playground early so I can watch him play with his friends and all the tricks and things that he's learning and doing. And he's almost always the last kid there. And I use that time to run errands. And he got in my car, slammed the door, and said, Mom, you don't care about me. You don't care about me at all, which is exactly what I say to my husband in those times when he does this. And he went on and explained to me how if I really cared, that I would respect him, and I would come and I would see how all the things that he's learning and he's doing and who his friends are. And she said, that's exactly what I would say. If you really loved me, you would show up and see how this beautiful dinner I've made for you and that I'm putting out there for you because I love you and how great I'm doing. And so she started showing up right on time, and her husband honestly started coming home for dinner.
That's amazing.
She's blown away. So we have the law of attraction so that we can be a witness of who we are. We have the law of attraction as a way of producing a mirror to see ourselves. And it works on everything from a grand scale with the larger things in life that are horrific, all the way down to a small scale. There is some place where you're in agreement, where you're doing it to yourself or somewhere else, where you're holding it. So, this is such an important aspect, because when you shift your mirror, when you see the mirror and you shift inside and make a new choice, the world around you changes, and it changes fast. That's where the whole quantum miracle premise comes from. Small incremental changes that make great miracle changes outside of us. And so for all the healers out there, for everyone who has the destiny of contributing healing on the planet and service and contribution to the whole, whether it be an environmental activist or a social justice worker or hands-on healer or somebody who's doing coaching or NLP or corporate trainer, whoever you are, you're walking in a mirror. And the more you clean up yourself, the more the world around you changes. And the more people around you can show up as being different. And then in taking this into this information and these practices and these awarenesses into your healing practice, you're quantumly speeding up the healing and the shifting to what we do desire to be happening on the planet. It's an exponential way of quickly bringing the planet to where we want it to be, of quickly redoing. I think that personally, I believe that out there in the world right now, there is all the technology that we need to clear out the pollution we've created in a very short period of time, to clean it up. I know of a man who has a machine that they mimic the way our blood takes minerals out of our body, and they designed it because they were wanting to use it in these strip mining of gold mines. There's a lot of water that they use. The water comes down, and they wanted to put a system on there to capture any gold particles. Right? Mm-hmm. And he said, but you know what's interesting? This system will work the same for arsenic, for lead, for all these various things that are poisoning our waters. And you can put it fits in the back of a truck, and you can put it next to a lake and just cleanse an entire lake. You put the lake into the one side, and you put the clean water out in the other, and you just filtrate and pull all that up to be disposed of, and you can clean up massive amounts of streams and waters. So it's just like, I keep hearing all over the planet of technologies that are being used for other things, but that could very easily and very affordably be used to clean up our planet. So it's just a matter of us getting aligned with our internal guidance system and following our openings. It's not even like there's no crusade. There's no big mission you have to do. There's no preparation that you have to make. There's no change you have to be. There's no different. You're perfect just as you are. It's just a matter of getting back on your divine blueprint, because it's in that divine blueprint. If there's something that you're here to do at this time period of life, believe me, you'll get there by following your IGS. And you just start learning to step into the opening and then the next opening, and it all transforms around you. And that's all you have to do, is just keep in the moment, stepping back into that divine opening, pivoting slightly, finding your opening. That's the only practice you have to do for grand, amazing things to happen through the experience of you.
And isn't it some of the way that we know that we're doing some of that is when the big synchronicities come into our lives? I know that right now, this morning I even said it to a friend of mine, I think I'm living in a tornado of synchronicities, a storm, this huge storm of synchronicities, where it used to be fun to have one or two or this or that. And they're coming in sets of 5, 6, 7, and over again, this, which is part of what we were talking about before, the quickening. So synchronicities, isn't that kind of a marker to whether or not you're in the flow, in the openings?
Yes. In fact, it's the norm. So the basic premise of the art of quantum miracles is that miracles are the norm. It's our mind and our thinking and our beliefs and limiting beliefs and all of these things that move us away from it. As soon as you step back into the opening, synchronicity happens. Synchronicity is how the entire planet, nature-wise, works. It's how it works. Look around nature and how perfect it is. Even wildfires and floods and all these things that happen out in nature, there are places in Colorado where if a fire doesn't come, it doesn't heat, I can't remember the name of the seed, but the seed of a tree does not get heated enough to crack the shell so that it can sprout. And wildfire is a necessary aspect of that, of the world. It's right. And so everything happens in a synchronistic, powerful way, and you get back into alignment with that. So the fact that you're in the midst of tons of synchronicities means that you have stepped onto your divine blueprint. And it's activated, and you're moving forward. And when things are tough, that means you're off. when there's no synchronicity happening and there's some place where you need to get back using your IGS is what I recommend because it works every time. Get back into your blueprint.
You know what's really fun for me right now, Zen, is, and I've been in those flows of synchronicity before, but what's new for me this time here in the fall of 2016 is when we're doing this recording. There's something about the group. I mean, I'm having people around me having the same or very similar synchronicities right along with me. And my phone is ringing off the hook. My email inbox is exploding. And we keep connecting in these huge ways. You know, I'm used to it kind of by myself, like, wow, I'm in the flow or whatever. But now people that I'm working with, colleagues and family and all of that, it's just happening at this exponential rate. And it's so exciting.
It is. It is. And yes, it is happening more and more and more and more all the time. So I love it though, because how does it feel? How does it feel?
Crazy wonderful, like I'm being hugged all of the time. So learning some of the skills in the art of quantum miracles, that can help more synchronicities happen to you, right?
Yes, and here's the cool thing. So really this segment, I want to really express the global grander scheme of things that you step into when you do the course, The Art of Quantum Miracles. It's an extraordinary course that gets you back on your blueprint, gives you the skills to stay there. You become your own guru and your own master, and you know how to manage yourself in any situation. And the results are immediate. I mean, just like you and I are talking about, there's immediate results that just happen. I mean, as soon as you start following the opening of your IGS, you're stepping into your blueprint. And then it's a matter of keeping you there, and there's various ways of understanding universal laws. But the cool thing is, just like you're talking about, which is it's crazy, wonderful, and I feel like I'm constantly being hugged by the universe. I believe with all my being that is what it's going to feel like to clean up all of the emotional, unjust, challenging environmental, financial aspects of this world. That when we're all in our blueprint and we're using our IGS, that it's going to happen and we're going to love doing it. It's going to be one of the most exciting experiments that we've ever gotten to do together. And the fear and the suffering will be gone, and every person will have the ability to contribute their gift, their tiny or large piece of the puzzle. It will feel like a global community again. And it's going to be fun. Fixing up our planet and creating it back to being this beautiful environmental heaven that we're gifted is going to be a pleasure and fun.
I really connect so much with what you're saying, especially as I hear your chicken laying an egg in the background there a little bit.
Yes, they are. One of my chickens is I live out in the country, and we're trying to be. We're not completely off-grid hippies or anything. We're totally decadent, but yeah, we got chickens, and I live in yurts, and my son climbs all over the redwooded creeks and everything. I just wanted him to have that experience. So yes, I can't believe you heard him. Yay! I have new eggs.
You know what? I have to tell you that the symbol of the egg has come up for me more than once, and I'm buzzing wildly as I'm saying this as we're talking, because it's the birth of something new. And not only that, but we're recording this particular segment on the night of the day of the black moon, September 30th. And that this is new beginnings. So, you know, I think what's happening there is the exact expression of the thing, law of attraction. We're birthing these new things, you know, we're coming into this new time, and having people like you that share your skills in this way, these practical ways that we can step into this beautiful future that we all are trying to create for ourselves here on the planet Earth is just a marvelous thing. And I want to congratulate you on the class and what you're doing for all of humanity, Zen, and I'm just so happy to call you my friend.
I'm happy to call you friend too. I'm excited about all the things we're going to be doing now and into the future. It's such a great union. We're going to have so much fun.
I'm already having fun. Well, I want to thank you so much for being with me in this 4-part series of The Art of Quantum Miracles. And so tell our listeners once again how they can find you.
You can go to zeninamoment.com, or the Art of Quantum Miracles works great to get to the course link. I really can't say highly enough how beautiful this course is, how rich. It's a different experience. I like to say I teach from the Miyagi approach, which is, do you remember the Karate Kid?
I do.
The first one, wax on, wax off. I believe that the best way to teach and to learn is somatically, meaning start with the body, have the body get it, and then move the mind into understanding what the body just experienced and got. So I teach in a very experiential, body-based way, and it's fun. It's not an overload of cerebral information. It's not a course that's going to be shelf help sitting on your shelf for the rest of your life. It's a course that people actually are excited about the next module, can't wait, or don't want to go on from the one they're on because they're having so much fun with it. I've had so many students say, can I just stay where I'm at? And I'm like, of course. I'll do it next week, but right now this is so much fun what I'm playing with. And it's a whole awakening to a new level of what you are and what your contribution is. And the community is rich. So, and the support, the group mentoring that you get where you privately get to work with me, and it is a group setting, but I work with people. I don't get on the calls and lecture. I get on the call and we just work together about real issues in your life. And in the issue, in the moment, it's shifted. You get off the call and what you came to the call in that was upsetting you or was needing to be shifted, shifts. And so I can't recommend this course highly enough. I have people all over the world in it. It's becoming a global community. I'm so proud of it and honored I get to be a part of it. I'm so proud, Candace, that you're so excited about it. Candace has been looking at it and taking it as well. So I'm so excited to have a caliber of person such as yourself doing the work. And I love it so much. Please come and join us.
Well, I love it too. And sitting in your energy on these recordings, it feels like you're talking directly to me, and they're so beautifully and professionally done. And, you know, this should all be fun, shouldn't it? Life should be fun, and this course is fun. And it's all about really finding fun again, and it's never too late to find that. Yes,
and you brought up a really, really cool point. So what I'm seeing is that transformation for a human being up until now has come mostly through suffering. Mm-hmm. There's a challenge or a problem or a pain or, you know, something happening, and the suffering gets to a place where the person takes action. And where we're going next in the evolution of humanity is we will be making transformation because of pleasure. We'll be in pleasure, and there's more pleasure. There's more experience of joy that we physically feel, that it becomes a pleasure to transform who we are and what we're doing. So it's exactly what you're saying, and part of pleasure is the fun, and it is about fun. Mm-hmm. We're moving into a period of transformation through fun.
Yes, and I see people with, you know, smiles plastered all over them when they are having the synchronicities and when they're following their openings. And this has been just magical, Zen. I can't wait to work with you again on another project.
Thank you so much. It was so fun, and I'm excited about everyone out there who's listening. Come join us.
All right. Thanks. It's a great group. Well, thanks again, Zen, and we'll see you next time.